Aloha Om Swastiastu, beautiful beloved soul flames. Happy Lion's Gate portal. I'm Dr. Jinju Dasala, also known as the Goddess Brain Doctor, here to assist you in activating your Goddess Brain, awakening your feminine wisdom, and living your divine purpose. I'm also the founding mother of NaiAsana Institute, where we weave science, soul, and soma for the purpose of healing, transformation, and empowerment. Thank you for tuning in. Today in this video, I am really excited. I felt really inspired to share with you, invite you into a practice, to share one of my practices, and actually a new NaiAsana yoga sequence that channeled through a few weeks ago. And I got a clear message that this is meant to be shared specifically, especially through to you all inside of the Lion's Gate portal, So it's one thing, okay, and I'm going to speak a little bit about the Lion's Gate portal. If you're not familiar with it, I'll say a little bit, but you can do a lot of your own research on it. But basically, it's a really powerful manifestation portal. And those of you who've been following me, I personally declared 2022 as the year of manifestation. It's also transformation, one and the same. One can't really happen without the other. And the last really big portal this year was the 222 portal back in February, and now here we are. August is the 8th month of the year, and the 8th day of August creates this 808 portal. And the number 8 numerologically is a power number of infinity, prosperity, abundance. It's really it's a powerful time. And astrologically, it coincides with, more importantly, the star Sirius, which is actually the brightest star in Earth's sky. And this time of year is when it becomes visible in the night sky, where it rises in the morning sky and it becomes visible, and it's been honored, celebrated, and even worshipped in many cultures for thousands and thousands of years, especially actually in the Middle East, in Africa, the African tribe of the Dogons, and also the Egyptians. They every time this star would come, it coincided actually with the rains and the flooding of the Nile River that overflowed and nourished very maybe overabundantly all of the fauna and the flora in that area. And so also speaking of the goddess and feminine wisdom, what I find really fascinating and beautiful is that at least the Egyptians actually worshipped the star Sirius as the heavenly celestial representation of the goddess Isis, who in their mythology is the mother of all gods. Sometimes you'll see her actually pictured as a mother holding an infant in her arms, but also the wings, right? You'll always see her wings. That's definitely a mark of Isis. And so part of this embodiment practice I'm going to share with you has to do with opening your Isis wings. And so Isis, the heavenly representation, they called her Sapdet. And so inside of this is this beautiful, between this year, between July 26th and the full moon coming up, the supermoon in Aquarius, August 12th, this whole window is just so potent, so potent. And so if you don't necessarily do your ceremony or intention setting exactly on 8/8, it's okay. But the energy peaks out on August 8th. And so I wanted to put this video out. It's actually the 8th right now in Bali, Indonesia. And on that note of setting intentions and visualization, it's one thing to put out a prayer with your words or set an intention with your words, spoken words. It's another thing to actually write, pen, pencil to paper, a prayer or your intention. There have actually been studies now that show that amplifies and magnifies the power of that intention. Imagine if it amplifies the prayer intention just to write it out, which is a somatic practice. Imagine what happens when you fully embody your intention, where you fully embody a prayer, and when you fully embody the codes that align with some of this cosmic patterns, intelligence, and so this is part of the sequence that I'm going to share with you, and I'm extra excited. On a personal level, it's a very special. This is the most, on a personal level, it's always been the most special time of year with the meeting of my beloved Nova, the co-founder of NaiAsana Institute. We met on August 7th, exactly 12 years ago. Had no idea, of course, that it was inside of this portal. And my birthday, the day I was born, is August 9th. And so this time of year has always been kind of a festive time of year to make wishes and to be in gratitude and to stop and reflect and to rebirth. And some actually consider this, maybe more than some, the Galactic New Year. The Galactic New Year. The birds are chirping here. And as all New Years tend to do, inside of this Galactic New Year, you may be feeling a mix. You may be feeling a whole spectrum of emotions. While it's a festive time, whether it's the Galactic New Year or the Gregorian New Year or the solstice or the Chinese New Year, it comes with it comes with really both the yin and the yang of rebirth. And so if you are feeling, I know I have been, a lot of intense, maybe even grief-like emotions coming up, just know that you're not alone, and this is actually normal, and it's part of this process of allowing some of that heaviness, right, that's ready to be released. It has to rise up, and we have to allow ourselves to feel it and allow it to move through the body, and then to release it and to open and clear that space to welcome the new. And so this practice, you can use it to help to transmute and to transform and to rebirth. This is actually, so you will want a candle, okay? And you will want an intention. I'm going to guide us through in the 4 directions, and really working with, I mean, it's Leo season, Leo fixed fire sign. And it's not the fire of like death as much as it is the fire of the heart. Yes, death in the sense of rebirth, but really calling in that golden light of the Lioness, right? And so, and working as well in the Hawaiian mythology, the goddess Pele. She is the goddess of the volcano, of the fire of rebirth. And this, what I'm about to share, actually, I began to share it with the women inside of the global NaiAsana goddess brain sisterhood, which we're opening the doors to again at the beginning of 2023. But to do this with other women is so powerful, and we did it in conjunction, coupling it with something called Pele Namaskar. Okay, so a sequence, a NaiAsana yoga sequence that is designed to embody and invoke the spirit of Pele within, awaken that inner fire, and to tell the story of that dance of awakening and of eruption and rebirth, which I put out. If any of you are interested in this, I'll put the link below, and you can have access to this beautiful guided ritual. I won't go through the whole dance in this particular video, but today is a modification of the opening sequence of this, I wanted to also just touch on, before we go into this, just setting some context here, and back to the embodiment, dancing, this notion of dancing your prayers and embodying embodying your intentions, but even beyond that, embodying the codes and the patterns of the universe. One of the codes and one of the concepts, one of the invitations of consciousness really that is ushering in, especially during this particular portal, is something called the diamond light codes. At a high level, you can kind of think of these, just think of a diamond, right? And how it shines. And so it's easy to see the connection of that invitation, that inspiration to shine like a diamond during this time of year, during Leo season. And the star Sirius is like, it's the diamond of our sky. And there's a beautiful astrologer, her name is Tanishka, and she describes the diamond light as like the blueprint of the soul, which I really, really love. And I think about a year ago, I saw this vision, was meditating on this vision of the diamond and what it represented, these codes. And what I saw is that the diamond light codes represent this invitation for upleveling our consciousness, for expanding and evolving human consciousness to welcome and immerse ourselves into a new reality, which is not a new reality, it's always been there, but this more multi-dimensional reality. Some people call it 5D. I think it's beyond 5D. I think it's infinite. I really truly believe there is an infinite layered dimensionality. And right now in our world, one of the blocks to flowing in harmony as a humanity, as connected humans in unity, is these fractured, divided splits of perspectives where my truth is the truth. And if my truth is the truth and my belief is the truth, then there's no way that your truth and your belief can be true. And if your belief is true, then what does that mean about my beliefs? So this is where we're at right now, is this, we're at this crossroads where we have this amazing potential to rise above, to have this grander perspective, to see all the different truths that come in through the diamond and get filtered across the spectrum of infinite colors. And there's infinite truth. There is infinite truth, and there is infinite space to embrace all of the dynamic, diverse truths, and to be able to honor each other's truths, with limits, within reason, in terms of doing minimal harm to the planet and to each other and that sort of thing, right? And so I really see this as also it's, if you think of this kind of consciousness and you think of this conversation and this experience right now, this welcoming, this awakening of divine feminine consciousness, if you think of, especially in the more ancient philosophy of Hinduism and the Divine Mother, they think of the Divine Mother is portrayed with infinite faces, or at least 1,000. There's a Sanskrit chant and a prayer that I studied with a beloved guru of mine, Dr. Katie Jane, and it's called the Lalita Sahasrara, and it's the chanting of 1,000 names of the Divine Mother, and that 1,000 is really just representing infinity. And so these infinite expressions of truth, these infinite expressions of the divine, these infinite possibilities and potentials for each individual to create right now in this plane, in the earthly plane, in any plane. So really invite you and urge you to just allow yourself to expand and be open to the infinite during this time, and to know that you are worthy and you are capable and you are able. You are so able to create whatever you want in partnership with this beautiful universe. So with that, let us begin. Okay, I'm going to guide you through this. First, the name of this. So in our neurosomatic flow, and also in NaiAsana, and in the flow arts in general, there's names, more traditional names to some of these flow patterns. And so the pattern I'm going to guide you through in the classical sense is actually, there's a simple name to it. It's called overhead butterflies, right? Overhead butterflies. The name that I am inspired, and I invite you to go ahead and repeat after me. Instead of overhead butterflies, what we're about to do are earth, the wind, earth to sky, butterfly, Isis 808, Lion's Gate, cosmic infinity wings. We can be infinite, right, in those words. And so let me just show you here up close what we're going to do with our hands. It's really, and that's also the way of the divine feminine. She likes to create through the hands. And so we're just going to paint 2 8s, 2 symbols of infinity, just like this. And this is a dance, a very common dance pattern here in Bali with the Balinese temple dancing, and in dances all over the world. But you can even join me in just bringing your hands out in front of your heart here, okay, and then your pinkies, okay, and your palms are going to stay up. This is very important, right, because in a way we're dancing with that fire here, and you're going to lead with your pinkies into the heart. And so this is going to really act as that embodiment of opening yourself up to receive, right? To welcome in whatever you're welcoming in into the heart. And then it's going to come, your hands are going to come, rotate under the shoulders, come around and across the horizon in front of you. And then they're going to cross and come up into the sky and spiral around and back into the heart, okay? With the breath here. So pinkies come in, and then we're going to inhale the pinkies out and up to the sky, and then exhale, pinkies come back in, okay? And so here, again, inhale and exhale. I have a chair here, I'll scoot back so I have more space, but we're going to, you can do it even really small. But I invite you to really expand. But right here, as I'm in front of you, just to play with these two eights, 808, these two beautiful patterns, right? 808. And so again, the connection to Pele. Some may say this is just a coincidence or just an accident, but 808 happens to be the area code for Hawaii. And so again, that connection to one of the most powerful creative, Hawaii, this is the most active birthplace on the planet. So you can also have with you, if you have your poi, I'll share at the end. We'll just do it with our bodies and our hands at first, and then I'll show you what it can look like with something like poi or with something like the fans. And we're actually going to go in all 4 directions, okay, to invoke the 4 elements, the 5 elements, and the 5 directions, to bring and weave that divine support into your prayer and into your intention, Okay, so I'm going to stand up and guide you through, before we go into 4 directions, just what it looks like as we're standing, the full body of this, full body movement of this. All right. So, been sitting for a while, so I welcome you to just loosen your physical temple up and just shake it a little bit. Get those joints nice and loose and open. You can take a nice deep breath in together with the hands reaching up to the sky. Exhale down. One more here. Bending the knees. 2 big circles up. And exhale down. Another one here. Coming down. Exhale up. Inhale up and exhale down to the heart. Okay. So in Pele Namaskar, the opening, we step forward with the right foot, and from the heart, Namaste, Anjali Mudra, we reach up to the sky and we bring the weight forward onto the front foot. Reach up to the sky. You're actually going to form a diamond or a mountain in the sky triangle here. And then we come back and we bow, okay, into 4 directions. So the modification is that now we're going to reach up into the sky, same thing with our prayer, our intention, and we're going to reach up as high as we can, pulling all our weight forward, and then we're going to open the hands and then bring our hands back like our Isis wings. So the Isis wings come all the way back. We're going to kind of caress the feathers of our wings on the way down. And then when they come down, we're going to reach forward now, round the spine, bring the chin toward your chest. It's kind of like a standing cat-cow, and we're going to reach forward through your fingers here. And it's like you're reaching for that beautiful abundance, prosperity, joy, health that you're calling in. And you're going to kind of reach for it and then draw it in with your hands, your pinkies, and then bring both your pinkies under the shoulders. Under the shoulders, rotate, and then palms are still up and around. And then we're going to cross the hands up above, spiral them back into the heart. Okay? So I'm going to face you and do this again. Let's just do it slowly. I'll just walk you through this. And we're going to alternate as well. Right foot and then left foot. So this time I want you to step out with your left foot forward, reach up into the sky, and now step back and bring those Isis wings. Spread your Isis wings all the way back, and now forward, reach forward and just welcome, draw that beautiful golden light into your heart, under the shoulder, and then spiral those 2 infinities up to the sky. Overhead butterfly and back into the heart. Okay, so now we're going to go into the 4 directions. And Before you do this, I want you to connect with not only your intention, I want you to connect with the flame. Okay, so, and if you have some sage, you're welcome to burn it. You're welcome to bring as many of your beautiful rituals into this as you would like. I'm going to keep it simple here for the purpose of this video. And as I connect here with the flame, I'm going to call in a collective prayer and intention of, I just can't stop seeing children and families, health and happiness and harmony in this world, and abundance, and just, the waking up and the release of war, the release of greed, to welcome abundance in all ways for all humans. Okay. And you can take that energy and you can bring it over your crown. You can bring it to your third eye, to your heart, and to your womb. Okay, so I'm going to bring all of that up now. And so now what you'll want to do is identify your north. Okay? And so I'm going to face you as my north, the north direction. We're going to go all the way around. So firmly planting your feet to the earth. Really draw yourself and your roots into the earth, feeling that deep, deep connection and that support rising up to meet you and to hold you and to hold your intentions. Bring your hands to heart. Anjali Mudra. Namaste. Standing tall, shoulders are back. Connecting in to your breath and to your heart. You can take this moment to visualize that intention and that prayer. Hold it in your heart. Hold it in your breath. And breathe into your heart and breathe into your hands. Connecting in now with all that is above, the celestial heavens, all of the stars, especially the star of Sirius and the goddesses of Isis and Pele, and the infinite faces and expressions of divine, feminine, divine mother. Okay, so with that, we're going to open our eyes, facing the north here. You're going to step out with your right foot forward and reach up high into the sky to the north, calling in all the wisdom of above, calling in the element of air, connecting, calling in the guide of air and the kosha of Vijnanamaya. And we're now going to bring our wings back. Yes, the wings. Bring them back and now reach forward. Okay, and draw in all the resources, all the supports to manifest that which you are manifesting. Under the shoulders, the hands go across the horizon in front of you and above and back into the heart. Step back to center and just take a moment here to give thanks for all of those guiding lights of the element of the sky, your ancestors, your star guides, all the wisdom from above, and also connecting here. The element of air teaches us to expand. It calls us to remember to play in the inquiry and to play in the exploratory bliss of all that is possible. So calling in that infinite creativity of the playful air. And so now we're going to quarter turn to the left here, counterclockwise on this medicine wheel, to face the west. Okay, the direction of the west. We call in from the direction of the west here, the element of the earth and the kosha of Annamaya, our physical bodies. So here we call on the nourishment and the support and the strength and the stability of Mama Gaia, all of her beautiful wisdom and her abundant nourishment that exists within ourselves and in our communities. And we give thanks and we honor the gifts and the fruits of this dimension of the physical, stepping out with the left foot to support all of these prayers in service of the betterment of all of humanity. We reach up to the sky, reach up, bring that weight forward, make that triangle up in the sky, okay? And now we're going to step back and we're going to spread our Isis wings and then reach forward and then bring the pinkies into the heart and we spiral, inhale up and then exhale, bow their heads, hands to heart, quarter turn now to the left again, to the direction of the south. And I'm going to face you, but we're facing south. Here we call in and we call on the guidance and the magic and the medicine of the element of water and of pranamaya kosha. Here we call in the waters to help us to heal, to help us to feel, to help humanity to collectively awaken to the medicine and the magic of all that flows within the body and around the body. So the heart, the breath, the circulatory and the respiratory systems. This is literally the nourishment that will go into these seeds of possibility into your prayer. And so stepping out with your left foot now, reaching up to the sky, we're going to call on those abundant rains, the showers to come, those waters to come and shower, and we fly. Bring those wings back, open your heart, feel those infinite golden drops of rain coming down. And now exhale, reach your hands forward and again, open to receive. Pinkies come down. Cross, above, spiral, back into the hearts. And now our final quarter turn to the left here, into the direction of the east, where we call on the element of fire to help to transform that which no longer serves, to transform any fears, any blocks into fuel, to ignite your vision, to ignite your prayer. We call on the fire within, we call on the fire of Pele, we call on the fire of creation. And we give thanks for that sacred power, feminine power to create. And so here, God is Pele, hands in hearts. Right foot comes out. We reach up high. Take a deep breath in and expand. Open those wings up and exhale, hands come forward, reach. And now inhale, those pinkies come into the heart and inhale up, above, around the sky and spiral back into the heart. And now, final little turn, spiral into the center here. And here in the center, I invite you to bring your right hand over your womb, your left hand over your heart space, your heart fire, your womb space, your sacred portal of creation. And here we connect all of our hearts, we connect all of our womb spaces with the Universal Mother and with each other, and with each other. And we call on the infinite. We call on the highest intelligence of the universe. We call on the infinite expressions of the divine to assist and partner with us in manifesting and creating that which you are here to create in service to the betterment of humanity, of all beings, to all creatures of this entire planet. Now bringing hands to heart here. We're going to close this sequence now with the sound of creation. I like to think of it as the feminine counterpart of Om. We're going to chant the sound of Aim. A-I-M. To not only seal this prayer, but to also activate that creative energy and to ignite it and to send it out into the ethers. A breath to prepare in through the nose. Exhale, let it all out. And another intentional breath before we chant together, another intentional breath. This time we're going to inhale to clear anything, any residual of anything sticky. We're going to breathe in and we're going to flush it out. We're going to clear it out with our exhale. So nice audible exhale with this. So inhale through the nose and exhale out loud. Almost like a breath of fire here. Last breath to chant the divine sound of Mother. I. Beautiful. And so it is, and so it is, and so may it be so, all of your wishes. And so this can be something that you open up any ritual with, any practice with. We go into the Pele Namaskar dance, but you can go into anything, or you can do this. I mean, I was guiding you. If you do this on your own, it'll take you less than a minute, right? To just go up, in, and around, and back to the heart. Okay? I just want to demonstrate as promised. If you want to play now with the flow and the poi, those of you who know about our poi and our ritual, our Bali Soul Flow Dakini Poi, which are made here in Bali and go to support the women and the families in the Saraswati Seva Project. You can write your intentions down, your prayers, and you can actually insert them into the poi. And then you can literally become a human prayer wheel, right? And spin your prayers. And so here, the pattern with the poi, what it looks like from the front here is coming into the heart and up over the head. And so this is what it looks like. Down and up and down and up. And then to the side. It's really quite a fun one. And you can do it rather slow because it is in the horizontal plane. Have to watch out for low ceilings. But that is how you can play with it with the poi. And if you don't have poi, then you can just grab maybe some, I have a couple of fans here, which is nice, or you can grab some scarves, and again, you can just rise up, bring the wings back, and draw the hands in, cross up overhead, and back into the hearts. Yeah. All right, lovelies, thank you so much for joining and tuning in. I really... I hope that you found some gems in this to take with you. I hope you found some inspiration. Let me know in the comments below. What are you walking away with Do you have any questions? What does this feel like in your body as you are practicing? And as always, you can reach out to me or to NaiAsana Institute. Be sure to get on our NaiAsana Ohana newsletter list to hear about our offerings, and especially coming up, we've got many more offerings, monthly offerings: Medicine of Flow, NaiAsana, Pele, Namaskar, the Goddess Rain, Neurosomatic Flow, so much. We're expanding to support not just women, but families, children, and men. And so with that, I am complete. Wishing you the most blessed Lion's Gate portal, and let's save this, because you can use this on not just the Lion's Gate portal this year, but next year on the 8th of any month, or anytime you just want to tap into the frequency of infinity. Aloha and Nayamaste, as we say here in Bali. Om Santi 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 Om. Ahui ho.